All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, sisters of YouTube. This is Pastor Dow. Shalom. Why or how come people cannot come together? Well, it's simple. You got too many people with too many ideas. Everybody wants to be the chief. Nobody wants to be the Indian. And when you get together with these powwows and discussions, what can we do as far as coming together as a people? Nobody wants to submit. And it's obvious that with that type of division, that you cannot accomplish anything so that's the reason why. You think about it. Over the last, I don't know, you can go 50, 100 years or whatever, everybody's always been talking about coming together. We need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do this, we need to do that. But when it's all said and done, all it is just a bunch of talk and no do. And talk is cheap, as the old saying goes. And there's an old wise proverb that says clearly, if you can understand what I'm getting ready to say, that well done is better than well said. And as long as you have this kind of attitude throughout, I don't care what community you want to be in, the black community, the white community, the Israelite community, Messianic community, or whatever it is. And it's difficult trying to get people into common unity of one heart, one soul, one mind, one spirit, because everybody assumes and thinks that they have the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding, and the answers for everybody else. And you got these people who want to bark out orders and who want to be the ones in authority that don't have a lick of wisdom that would end up getting all the people destroyed. And nobody wants to submit. I keep saying over and over again. So are people going to continue to come together? Let me tell you something. If you continue to keep going to these places where all people do is talk and there's no action, you can pretty much tell that it ain't going nowhere. The next major problem is sacrifice. See, we live in a generation where everybody wants the way made for them. You do all the sacrifice, you do all the labor, and their attitude is let me move into your sacrifice and let me move into your labor while they give nothing. You see, because if you commit something, if you give something, do something, then your whole heart, your soul, your mind, and your spirit will be involved with the success of that mission. But if you come in with little and you ain't giving anything, the majority of those people are going to be nothing but thorns in your side. You know why? Because they haven't sacrificed nothing. They haven't given anything. And if you've given something and you've contributed a lot to something, hey, I promise you, you would have a total different attitude as opposed to these spoiled brat Americans who have not given anything, but they expect everything from you. Those are the kind of people you don't need around you. Now, don't get me wrong. There are a few people, very few people, that understand what a blessing is. They may not have anything, but it's up to you to discern these kind of people. These people may not have anything, and they may come in and contribute to the cause, and just their contribution alone, with their hard work ethic, and their genuine loving spirit, would actually be able to accomplish more than the people who want to come in and give a little bit and then sit on their ass and do nothing while everybody else does the labor. And that's the reason why people can't come together, because everybody thinks that they have the best ideas. If I was y'all, let me give you the best advice in the world. The best advice in the world is you pay attention to those that are doers and not those that are hearers. You pay attention to action and not words, because people have a lot of words, but there's very little action. That's what you pay attention to. That is fruit. See, fruit is something that is produced on a tree that you can see, and you can discern if it's good or bad. But if you got a tree without any fruit, then the tree is no good. And that's what all these people are. They're a bunch of trees who are running around, bearing a bunch of leaves, trying to deceive everybody into thinking that they're bearing fruit, and they have no answers. They have no solutions. And neither can they find the people that have the answers and solutions. And if they did, everybody wants to be the chief. Everybody wants to be the CEO. Everybody wants to be the superintendent, the president, the presiding officer, and they don't want to submit to nobody. And you cannot make this work when you have 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10 people as the head. It just simply ain't going to work. There's only one head on our body, and that's it. And people have to get behind the vision of the one who has it, not only has it, but has made the sacrifice and has showed everybody else that it can be done. And that's the problem we're dealing with right now. Lack of submission in this society. So in order to have what you call a mutual assistance group, you're going to have to find those of like mind, like spirit, like consciousness. These are ones that get it done. But I'm going to tell you right now, you're wasting your time going to debates, powwows, and discussions. They've been happening for 5 or 10 years and still ain't nobody moved and nobody done nothing. So you guess what you got forward to look, guess what you have to look forward to? The same attitude, the same spirit, the next 5 or 10 years down the road. They just gonna keep kicking the can. Everybody's gonna come together and do a bunch of talk, very little sacrificing, if any at all, and very little doing. These how you know these people are just there, just to, for leash, just to eye candy. They could be there to sell you books, tapes, and everything else, but their attitude is really not about coming together and getting this thing done. And that's just the truth. And hey, you're only going to be able to see this if you decide to open up your eyes, because let's tell the truth. Most of us love these people when they come together with these debates, they come together with these discussions, and all they do is talk about what we need to do as a people. Because most of them, as long as we just talking, hey, all it does is confirm our very lifestyle that we enjoy ourselves, because most of us, while we understand that it's true, that what's being said, we have no desire to come together. So what we do is we help fund these people in their attitude and stuff, and we actually help them keep their lethargic, apathetic, lazy, complacent spirit in place. You know that all they're going to do is talk and they're never going to move forward, and you love it because you love your present life. Let's just tell the truth. Let's just get it. And because there are people out there that are really, truly getting it done, making the moves, that are not talking about this, but they're getting it done. And like I said, you can't do this thing by yourself. You're going to need people of like mind, like conscience, like spirit, and that's just all there's to it. And some of you out there that have means and stuff, hey, the best thing you can do is contribute to a cause that is actually doing it, because you know what's going to happen? Ultimately, that's going to be your place of refuge in the time of carnage, world without rule of law. I hope I said something to stimulate your thought, but most of these people that all they do is talk, they ain't going to get nothing done. They ain't going to get nothing, not for your community, not for your family, not for your life. And then if somebody did step out on the water and make moves to get things done, will you be there to support them? Or will you murmur, gripe, and complain and kick every step of the way? Will you, instead of providing support, will you provide resistance? See all these things, that these questions must be asked. And only you yourself can answer them things. You know the type of person you are. You know the type of attitude that you have. Which one are you? That is the truth. And that's the truth straight way. I know that a lot of people don't like this hard-hitting, straightforward truth, but that's just the way it is. Have a good day.